Okay, so I made $10,000. I closed my Bitcoin long at $10,000. I might reopen it later today. I'm not sure. But I'm going to talk through the trade and also why I closed it and a little bit about my plans for trading. By the time you see this, it's going to be much later. So this isn't time sensitive at all. But I would say that my best trades and the main trades. Yeah, I just got a new tattoo. I got this helicopter to some souvenir from my Kauai trip that I just went on, which a helicopter kind of sums it up. My best trades are sentiment trades, okay? So I have a couple different ways of judging sentiment, but essentially if everybody is going one way, I want to go the other way, okay? So if everybody says the markets can't go lower, or like the market has to go lower, it hasn't bottomed, we're in a bear market, then I'm interested in being a buyer. Or if people are saying like the market has to go up, if everyone says the market has to go up, I'm interested in being a seller, okay? So there's two ways that I see that. One of the ways is just from talking to people and also being on Twitter and seeing everybody's posting the same bearish charts, I want to long. If everybody's posting the same bullish charts, I want to short, right? Now, what's also really valuable for this is the funding rate, because the funding rate tells you the active live positioning of traders in the market. And you can see sometimes when all the traders are short, you see it in the funding rate. The funding is super negative. But I also might see from the funding rate, everybody's long, right? So the funding rate reveals the truth. So the long that I took on Bitcoin, a super high conviction long, was based on both of these things. So first, I was on Twitter and everybody was sharing the same bearish chart. Everyone was sharing the same bearish chart. I couldn't find one person calling for new all-time highs. I know that there's certain, what they call LARP accounts, perennial bulls that are always calling for new all-time highs. Ignoring those, all the traders that I followed, all of them were short. Now, also the funding rate went big negative. So the funding rate, it kept lighting up negative, and it was one of the most negative spots it's been in a long time. So to me that marks a bottom, but also it's just a local opportunity. So it took me a couple tries to make money. I had a win, I got stopped out, and then I had a bigger win. And as I closed it, I closed with over $10,000 profit on that. Why did I close? Well, again, I might just reopen, but a couple of things happened. The first is price moved a lot in my favor, and I go on Twitter and I'm starting to see more accounts calling for all-time highs, and I'm seeing some polls now that are like 50% saying, oh, it's, people are kind of mixed. A lot of people are saying we go higher, some people are saying we go lower. And by the way, also fear and greed index I find to be helpful. So one is on Twitter, the sentiment is a little bit mixed. And the second is the funding rate. So the big pump happened on Friday. And I was hoping to see, it's rare, but price continued to break out Saturday and or Sunday. It didn't do it, it went sideways, which would be fine. But as price consolidated, the funding rate went from negative to pretty positive. So know that price is consolidated and a lot of traders are long here. So what also has happened over the weekend is there was a couple altcoins that gave sell signals, not just like get out, but sell, like short signals, which to me is when they hit an old monthly high and they closed below it, and then and the funding is high on them. So there were two coins that did this, Matic and I forget the name of the other one, but I decided to not take those shorts, and they would be working. So I'm paying attention to, okay, it's working, right? Another one is Bitcoin had a breakout. ETH not so much, actually. ETH is currently a weekly swing failure. So I just lost conviction. I don't short Bitcoin, but it went from, my reasons for being in the trade aren't really here anymore. I'm gonna look for re-entry possibly. I still like the idea of higher, but locally, and as far as my exit, I got a pretty good exit. I didn't exit in fear as it retraced against me. I waited till it took out one of the highest highs in the consolidation and started to fall back in, and I exited the whole position right there. Even if price goes higher, it's not necessarily a mistake. Now here's the thing, is price can definitely go higher from here. Why not, right? Price can always go higher from here. Spot buyers could step in and say, I want to buy this, and start bidding the price up. But if I just wait for those super high probability and bet with big conviction and wait for a good entry, like I will do well. So it just seems silly to be in a huge long position when now the majority of other traders are long too, and we're seeing some weakness. So I'll look to re-enter on a pullback, or depending on what happens with the funding. But yeah, I like the idea now of, it just made sense to exit. It looked like it was breaking out, and I hoped it was, and then it was failing, and then it's like failed breakout, funding went positive, some high time frame breakouts in some altcoins. Let me just lock in the $10,000, and then I can wait for another opportunity, whatever that's going to be or look like. So that's what happened. And yeah, again, I might re-enter. I'm trying not to look right now because I'm prone to make errors immediately after exiting, where I might jump in and jump out. So I'll check later. But for now, just enjoying my profit and grateful I was lucky to get some good entries on that. So much, and also that paid for the Kauai trip, and paid for the helicopter experience, and paid for the helicopter tattoo as well. So that's a positive of that too. So very grateful. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Peace.